Levy.
Here.
Jack Cadenhead.
Here.
Claudia Willis.
Here.
Amy Coclaser.
Here.
Consent agenda, all of the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings will be approved by one vote unless any member wishes to consider an item separately. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. A, the minute of the January 12th, 2015 meeting, financial reports, the activity accounts, and the treasurer's report, encumbrances and changes as follows: general fund, fiscal year 15, number 1474 through 1664, number 50,008 through 50,257. Child Nutrition Fund, fiscal year 15, number 40 and number 50,019. Building Fund, fiscal year 15, number 2. Fundraisers and the resignations of Kevin Fields and Nancy Neal. Contracts with Charles Carroll, PA, for auditor service for the 2015-2016 school year. Anybody? Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
I'll second that.
Jamie Mills.
Yes.
Kay Levy.
Yes.
Jack Cadenhead.
Yes.
Claudia Willis.
Yes.
Amy Coclaser.
Yes.
Introduction of guests and public discussion by those who requested audience. I have a pile here. Colleen Shelb.
I should have left it the way it was.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my voice is not so hot. I just want to give a huge thank you to the Seminole Alumni Association. I made a presentation last week, and they approved the purchase of almost $40,000 of equipment for the science departments to update our labs, and I'm actually still in total shock from that, and I'm so grateful for them, and I just wanted to let everybody know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Derek Jordan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you all. I am here about the graduation cap and gowns. I recently know that last year Caden Tiger had beat it and put a feather on his cap and gown, which threw Seminole High School in a big argument. But I would like to allow the Native American students in Seminole High School to design their graduation cap and gown in a Native American way, because I believe it would show that we take great honor in our name as chieftains, and it would bring not only me as a Native American, but other Native American students that go to Seminole High School a great honor, because we are not honoring just our school, but we are also honoring our each Native American tradition. Again, thank you for letting me speak to y'all about the graduation cap and gowns.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Jack Cadenhead.
Thank you. Kind of awkward in this
Yeah.
position, but that's okay. I respect the two people before me that came before you. Jack Cadenhead, 13 Arbor Court, Seminole, 2002 graduate of the high school, father of Lily Cadenhead, second grader at Wilson Elementary. I realize it is odd to see a board member doing this. However, I had no other choice because the subjects I wish to address were denied placement on our meeting agenda. In the 31 years I've been connected to this district, either being a sibling, cousin of students, a student myself, the son of hired counsel of the district, the nephew of the guidance counselor, golf coach, and a teacher, a resident, board member, and the parent of a child in this system, this is the first time that I know of in which a board member was denied the right to have an item placed on the agenda. During this campaign season, I've seen several written statements, including a full-page ad written by a former board member, that either explicitly call me or imply that I am, among other things, unethical, and that some of mine and others' actions in this bond issue campaign have placed our district at risk of losing its accreditation because of alleged violations of the accreditation standards, specifically Section 210 of the Oklahoma Administrative Code. When I heard that some of our residents were under the impression that any of their board members were breaking the law or that our district was at risk of losing its accreditation or being cited with a deficiency, I felt it an urgent matter. That should be addressed publicly, not only as a board member, but also as an alum and a parent. Accreditation of our school is a very serious matter. Our parents, teachers, and students need to know that their school is in good standing with the Department of Education. I want to make clear that I have the utmost respect for the former board member who wrote the letter, which was published in our local newspaper, and I truly appreciate his service to our school. He was on the board the entire time I attended school here, and considering the fact that I am now serving on this board in his very seat, it is evidence that I cherish my years as a student in this school. As a member of the bar, ethics and law is a very serious subject to me. I would never intentionally do anything to place our district at risk of losing its accreditation or be responsible for any deficiencies against our district. I'm very conscious of the board member's code of ethics and the accreditation standards of Oklahoma schools. For the benefit of the public, I would add that the standards for accreditation of Oklahoma schools are a part of state law and set forth the standards with which every school in this state must comply in order to maintain their accreditation with the Department of Education. Losing our accreditation results in important federal and state funding to our schools. Losing that funding, just to name one consequence. Mr. Pritchard will tell you each and every consequence. However, fortunately, I wanted to share with the board and the public that all is okay. I met personally with Julie Miller, legal counsel for the State School Boards Association. I also visited with our regional accreditation officer, Shelley Gamble. They both assured me that I nor any other member of this board have engaged in any unethical or illegal conduct nor placed our district at risk of losing our accreditation or being given a deficiency. Campaigning against or campaigning for the upcoming bond issue by board members is not illegal, it's not unethical, nor is it an interference with the administrative function of the school. I can provide OSSBA legal counsel's written statements to this effect. In closing, take comfort. While our board may be split on one issue, we are still overseeing a great school with great administrators and faculty that are still educating our children as always and doing a great job of it, by the way, and is in no danger of loss of its accreditation due to actions of myself, other board members, or any other individuals who are employed or serve our district in any capacity. I think I stayed a little around 3, but a little over.
You did well.
Close enough.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you.
Is Steve Saxon here? Oh, Steve Saxon, I'm sorry. Too many Steves. No? Okay. No, Laura Rose. Steve's in here somewhere.
Yeah, there's
We got a pile.
several.
This may be an exercise in futility because they said the board can't answer questions, and that's what I'm here, is just to ask a question. I find it a little odd that in a public meeting, questions can't get answered, but that's okay. It can be answered later. About 4 or 5 years ago, 3 former students, and I was so proud and excited for them, gave a presentation on what it would cost to build a new school. And they all had the booklets on a Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, you know. And all of them had come up with the figure like $23 million to build a new school. And that it would have to occur in phases due to the eligibility of bonds coming due. I may not phrase that right, but I'm close. My question is then, this $14 million obviously then can't build this whole complex. And so my question is then, like those architects presented, you know, I was curious to know then what is involved in phase 1. You know, what exactly can be built with this $14 million? And that was my question.
Thank you.
Stay after.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah,
after,
stay
and
after.
that's when you
I'll
can
try to
ask
answer that if you
questions.
can. Okay.
Okay.
Not that I'll be here.
All right. Steve Shope.
All right. On that note, I wanted to introduce my family. I have 8 children, my wife and I. 2 of them have Down syndrome, and so we have a close relationship with Mr. Pritchard and Ms. Townsend for their needs, and they require a lot of attention. In saying that, all of our other children, there are times that, sad to say, that I overlook them. And it hits me pretty hard whenever I do overlook them. But in that spirit, I'm new to the Chieftain family, and I call it that, a family, because just like you mentioned, we're still in this together. And I wanted to reference a couple things, because I guess if I didn't stand up, I don't know who would, but in some of the advertisements that have been put out there, they talked about the tax issue, where we were in 2010, and how in 2010, in 2015, you'll actually pay less than you did in taxes. And just doing the math on that, I mean, coming from a different district, just doesn't have the same math, right? If you're including the same payments for the same bonds in 2010, how in 2015 would you have the same situation, adding 10%, yet be less than where you're at? And so one thing that hasn't been brought up is that in this situation, this is 2010, and this is 2015, and this site that we are looking at right now, it came to our idea that in 2010, this would make a great school. So 2010, we put that math to work and said, okay, someday this is going to work out. We knew the bonds would come due right about now. And so I wanted to introduce you to the current Seminole School District, which is a little different than it was in 2010. And with the annexation, we now have a rural area, and that rural area includes Mr. Keith Shaw, it includes Coach Schneider, it includes Mr. Hamilton. It even includes Dr. Rutterbeck. You didn't know that. So Dr. Rutterbeck, you're in the Seminole District. He goes, oh, really? I did not know that. So basically, this addition, the reason why I bring that up is that if nobody knows, with the addition, of course, came a welcoming family. I appreciate Ms. Colclasher and Mr. Pritchard helping us in the process, but it also meant that the property taxes and so forth from that district would be part of this family. And so in doing that, the tax millage for the rural district in 2010 was only $76. So we had ways to catch up with everyone. And so, of course, with the annexation, that brought it up to $90. So whenever you saw your taxes going down in 2011, 12, and 13, your family got bigger. So that it's spread out over more. So whenever you're seeing that in 2015, it's not going up. It's because it is over here, but not in the for rural district, but not for the city of Seminole. So the reason why I bring that up is that in this rural area, if I'm doing the math right according to the figures that our county treasurer gave us, basically of the $19.6 million in the proposal, the section of the district that will bring up about $4 million will be in this rural area. And the only reason why I bring that up is to bring about this need to be inclusive and to basically address that when you're addressing, hey, we only did this and this is what we are doing now, that we're actually a bigger family. We're not, and I know what it's like to be so focused on a few of our kiddos that a few of them, just unless you make a proactive effort, they kind of get forgotten. So I bring that up because I wanted to propose to the board or give a petition of how to come together. And you received an email from me, but in this coming together plan, it's an opportunity to, one, have that new high school now, to do it now, and Ms. Rose will be hanging out with you to see afterwards, and to basically have no new taxes. We raised the last couple of times, so I'll see your 10, raise another 10, basically be able to do that, and then a new location, discuss that.
Mr. Show, could you show us that after the meeting when Mr. Pritchard is addressing questions and answers?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thanks so much.
Let you go a little longer.
that's what it's
That's right. We got the idea.
They run out quickly, don't they?
Yes, they do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Administrative report and correspondence.
Yes, I passed around a card from Rhonda.
Yes, thank you, Ms.
Thank
Council.
you.
Okay, we've got a lot going on around the district. BLS is holding their Royal Family Ball tomorrow night. At this high school, girls will dress up like Disney princesses, and the teachers will be honored as royalty. The parents and students are very excited about this event. They're also starting a quarter drive for Trooper Birch, who has students in our district. This will raise money for his family during this difficult time. The elementary team will also hold a struggling reader conference February 19th at the Wilson Cafeteria. There will be an afternoon and an evening session, and the goal is to better equip parents with the necessary tools to help their students master reading. Mrs. Wilman reports that the intervention students are showing significant improvement. beginning in August has allowed students to be much further along in comparison to last year. Wilson has several teachers who have taken advantage of the Donors Choose website. They include Jessica Cagle, Brenna Pierce, Donna Wood, Lacey Davis, and Katie Sims. They've had numerous projects funded. These include ones for differentiated instruction, proximity for reading, wobble chairs for reading, magnetiles, boogie boards, math games, math hot docs and magnetic tin frames, a digital microscope, a tadpole frog habitat, and various other science tools. Also includes some of these I got in late. A Stop Chromebooks and Listen, where they've provided 2 Chromebooks. Literacy block, I can't read my own writing, provided hands-on manipulatives for writing. I typed the rest of it. And an Elmo document camera, just numerous items that this has been able to purchase. And I'd like to say that each of these mentioned one of our board members that has generously donated these, and that would be Amy Colclaser, and I really appreciate
And
that.
I thought that that had been taken care of anonymously. There is that feature on Donors Choose org,
Oh, yeah,
so
I've
if
seen
you
that.
see where where I didn't make a comment or something, I didn't realize that they were able to still
Well,
see
thank you
that.
anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
that's very,
Wow.
very
I
generous
was
of you.
happy to,
Very
it's a
appreciated.
wonderful, I mean, I can be at home in pajamas and
I saw that too.
Yeah,
That
it's
is-
very good.
very,
Really
it's a
nice.
handy service.
Well, they're really taking advantage of this. And one thing that we did at the beginning of the year, we joined the Oklahoma Public Schools Resource Center, which a lot of schools haven't done, but they provide 50% of the funding as long as the funds last. And so each one of these, they picked up 50% of it. And that also saved us about $11,000 on our NWA testing for only a $2,500 fee to join. So it's been a really, really good
Well,
deal
and
for
looking at the
us.
projects is a great way to have a feel for what is going on in the different classrooms too.
Right.
They give great descriptions of all
Yeah.
of them.
Really good. Really excited about that. They're excited about that opportunity, and the fact that they're getting funded, it really, kind of motivates them to continue to apply. So it's working out really, really well. Northwood received the Award of Excellence for the second year from the Certified Healthy Oklahoma Foundation, so congratulations to them.
Good job.
At the high school, we received 2 AP grants, a $2,500 grant for AP Studio Art and a $2,200 grant for Calculus AB. And we had 4 students who signed with colleges last week. Deshaun Martin with NEO to play football, Doc Harvey with Northwestern OSU for football, and Jordan Taylor and Sabrina Terra both to play golf at SSC. And I'd also like to say, too, that I received a call from the governor's office last week asking me to be a member of her newly formed Governor's Education Advisory Committee, and this appointment will help position Seminole Schools well for influencing future education policy.
Congratulations.
And then I also would like to thank the Alumni Association for their donations, not only for the science department, but also for the basketball program. They have always stepped up and done a fantastic job of helping our students, and we really appreciate them and the lead that they take in helping Seminole Schools have that commitment to excellence. Okay,
That's it.
that's it.
All right.
Oh, I'd like to introduce Michael Riley, our architect. Mike, would you stand up? There he is right there.
All right, consider.
I'm sorry. Would you, Jane McConnell, we talked about this, Jane McConnell from the Oklahoma Bar Association called me about the Oklahoma Promise Scholarship, and when is that assembly?
That actually, the assembly is going to be,
It's March.
do you remember, Mr. Dean?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's the Thursday before parent-teacher conferences, which is,
March
I think.
5th, I think.
Yes. March
And,
5th is the assembly, and then they're going to come and help parents sign up for the Oklahoma
And
Promise.
a couple of months ago, it's public what the kids get and whatnot.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And you mentioned a couple months ago, but what's
Mhm.
involved is all 8th graders, and we were only one of 4 districts.
That's right.
Selected in the state.
Mhm.
All 8th graders, they get a Thunder backpack, and members of the bar, and we'll be there to help parents fill out these applications
Right.
for this scholarship. It's helped several Seminole kids, but
It has.
it can help even more.
Yes, and we're really excited to be a part of that. We're great to be selected as one of only 4. It really speaks well for us, and the fact that the Chief Justice singled us out as one that he wanted us to take part in. I was really excited about that. So our high school counselors are doing a really nice job with the lead of Mr. Osborne of signing up our students already, but this will help catch any of those that don't sign up, because it's really important that they sign up early, because they can, if they qualify now, even if something, circumstances change, they will still continue to qualify. So it's a great thing to qualify. And I think there's a bill to change it where they can qualify all the way up through their sophomore year now. In the past, I think they had to do it by their freshman year. So they're trying to expand that
Isn't
program.
it one more year than that?
Well,
I thought
maybe
they had
the
to sign
junior.
up by sophomore, now it's by junior.
It could be.
I think.
Could be. I know
Isn't that
I
right?
know they've extended it a year.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
extended a year, so that's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a good deal. So, okay. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I know we've talked about this before, but the summer food program.
Yes.
February is the sign-up time,
Right.
so.
I've asked her to check into that, and also I've asked her to sign us up next year for the program where all students can eat free.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We had a latecomer, Steve Saxon. Do you want your 3 minutes, or are you good? You're good? Okay. Just here for the fun of it? Me too. Okay. Consider and take necessary action to approve the district wellness policy.
She just put the change in there. That was the only thing that she put in there, was just
Okay.
the one change.
Do you know where the change goes in the policy?
I don't remember for sure.
Does this?
Do you remember where that goes?
She just had it on a separate sheet.
Oh, to the end of it.
Yeah, at the very end of
Very
the
end.
policy.
And does this affect all sites?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the district wellness policy with the change
I'll
listed.
second that.
Amy Coclaser,
Yes.
Claudia Willis.
Yes.
Kay Levy.
Yes.
Jack Cadenhead.
Yes.
Amy Mills. I'm sorry, Jamie Mills.
Yes. And Jamie Cockley. Consider and take necessary action to approve the proposed social media guidelines.
We talked about these last week. This is kind of something that actually that Mr. Cobb and Ann put together. We tried to keep it as brief as possible, just try to cover things as general as we can. We can always add to these if we see something that might arise.
Any discussion? Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the proposed social media guidelines.
I'll second that.
Jack Cadenhead.
Yes.
Jamie Mills.
Yes.
Amy Coclaser.
Yes.
Kay Levy.
Yes.
Claudia Willis.
Yes.
Proposed executive session to discuss employment of those certified and/or non-certified personnel listed in agenda item 12. Does anybody need? I don't need one. Everybody's okay? All right. We will go to number 12. All right. I think I have this down by now. All right, consider and take necessary action on superintendent's recommendation to hire the following employees: Kelsey Quisenberry, kindergarten teacher, temporary contract, and Delaney Pinnock, Muskogee Seminole language, temporary contract. I probably didn't say that right, but that's how
You did
us
well.
Okies say it.
You did well.
Where did the Seminole teacher, where did we find?
Well, actually, Kevin Fields taught it until this gentleman got his certificate. And his plan all along, actually, Mr. Pinnock was supposed to be the one that taught it from jump, but they had a hard time getting all his things in order for him to get his certificate, and so he got it all ready to go, so now we're making the switch.
He's a pretty impressive young man.
Yes.
I like him a lot.
That's a difficult certificate to get.
I bet.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the superintendent's recommendation to hire the teachers as listed.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll second it.
Kay Levy.
Yes.
Claudia Willis.
Yes.
Jamie Mills.
Yes.
Jack Cadenhead.
Yes.
Amy Coclaser.
Yes.
All right, new business?
Maybe.
You don't have any? All right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Under new business, I'd
Yeah.
like to, I know there's a meeting of the PTO, is it, that immediately follows this? I just think we should discuss for a minute if everyone's planning on staying or participating.
I'm not.
Or,
he isn't going
I'm
to.
going to stay.
Okay. Okay, as long as we don't run into
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have,
problems of maintaining a quorum.
Wait,
I-
two of you.
I
wanna-
won't stay.
Okay, then two
So
of
you
you
two
can
can
stay.
stay.
Is that
Okay,
okay?
great.
yeah, we're fine with two, but with three.
That's
we- yeah.
wonderful.
Okay,
Okay,
that's a good
then
idea.
also forum on Thursday.
Mhm.
I was curious if we were going to run into quorum problems there
I
also.
don't know.
I won't be
Typically,
there
I don't.
Thursday.
Jamie's usually there, but that's.
I'm usually there, but if
Yeah.
it causes an issue, I guess I don't have to be.
I'm planning to come.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm
We
planning
may
on-
need to post an agenda then,
Okay.
just to be on the safe
Yeah,
side.
that's probably a good idea.
So that, because I would anticipate we would all want to be able to answer questions
Right.
or
That's a good idea.
ask questions. Any type of interaction that way
Hmm.
is discussion of school business. So
Okay,
it would be my
Okay.
suggestion we post an agenda.
okay, good plan.
Can we can do that at this point?
Yes, we got
Monday by
48 hours.
Thursday.
As long as we get it
Okay.
48 hours, we can do
Okay.
that tomorrow.
We're
Just have
good
to-
then.
Just have to
Okay.
do it in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Then we don't have to worry about
Okay.
That's a good
all that
idea.
stuff, yeah. Anybody else? We're good?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Jamie Mills,
Yes.
Kay Levy,
Yes.
Jack Cadenhead,
Yes.
Claudia Willis.
Yes.
Amy Cole Frazier.
Yes.